All right, send me live. I'll check it. Con. All right. Shalom. First and
Shalom.
foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you walking Model who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as all you believers out there who believe in the gospel. And there's a couple of brothers from the Great Millstone Houston camp, and the Lord, yeah, again, as always, another opportunity, another chance to bring out this news, to bring out this information, which, there's a lot going on in the world, which, hey, again, if we try to touch on everything, time will fail us, which a lot of things that's been in the news lately. It's things we've been talking about for, the past couple of weeks, that we still waiting on. We still got the eye on, the time clock on it. But some things is newly emerging, in all different facets of the world as well, whether it's dealing with politically, financially, so on and so forth. So a lot of interesting things are taking place. You got America, or should I say Texas. You see, got beef now with his own government, and Florida also taking sides with Texas, because Florida just sent 1,000+ troops to Texas to help them at the Texas border. Because Biden and his government tore down they razor wire, so on and so forth, they barriers, and Texas put it back up. So now DeSantis, he said, look, Texas, we with you. We fighting with you, man. And that's also prophecy, because Yahweh Shai said what? If a kingdom be divided against itself, it cannot stand. That's an example of a kingdom being divided against itself. You still got what's going on over there in the east. Yeah, we still got the Ukraine situation, but over there in the east as well with Israel. Israel still getting into it with the Houthis. I seen today, which we might mention, or yesterday, how the Houthis, it says the Houthis may sabotage the Western internet cables in the Red Sea. So things are heating up daily. Ships are still being attacked over there in the Red Sea. I seen another article that said how Western shipments will be even more delayed because of what's going on in the Red Sea, man. So we got World War III, Elon Musk put more sea hips in people and brains. A lot is taking place, even within Israel. But if you got some, Zaquan, you got it.
I got a scripture real quick. This is all right, Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. And it says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, it was talking about woes. It's talking about the that's in mention to the world wars. So it says, or the world conflicts. And it says the second woe or world conflict is past, and behold, the third world conflict, so the third woe cometh quickly. All right. And how much quicker now that we're at the end of this thing? So everything that the brother just lined out, that's to lead up to this third woe. All right, which is going to bring judgment to the world. All right, Yahweh Shai is going to come back and get involved. So yeah, brother, whatever you got, go ahead, bring it on out.
And that's another thing that Apostle Paul said. Speaking of judgment coming to the world, the people won't take heed to it. I'm gonna get this real quick. It's in 2nd Ezra 16, because as the Lord about to send out a lot of correction to the world, the people, they still gonna think, it's just another day in the world, or in other words, this always happens. There's always earthquakes. There's always wars. There's always famines. It's always blackouts. As if it's going to continue to get better. There's always lockdowns. We're going to come out eventually. But eventually, one time when these things happen, that's going to be the last time. It's going to kickstart the end of the world, like what we consider in these movies, man. When all hell breaking loose every day. But again, the people don't consider that because they caught up in a man bread and circuses. They caught up in his technology. You see, they caught up in these things. So therefore, when he come with his destruction, come with the lockdowns, they won't be on point with it, man. You see, so now we see the importance of why the Lord told us to pay attention. But let me read this real quick in 2nd Ezra 16, straight to the point. It says, verse 18, it says, the beginning, 2nd Ezra 16 and 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, and what shall I do when these evils come? It says, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Now, amendment is correction. So the Lord is sending these things on the earth for the correction of the people, to get these people in order for what they have been doing, man, to strike fear into these people. But as everything that's coming and what the Most High about to do, it says, verse 20, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges, man. So these people not even considering what the Lord about to do to this place. It remind me of Lot's sons-in-laws, how they was enjoying Sodom and Gomorrah, which this is spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, how they was enjoying it though. And Lot told them what the Lord was about to do, and they said they took him as one that mocked. So they thought Lot was playing. What he told them what the Lord was about to do, they laughed at it. So what these people hear about destruction that's coming to them, when they see the signs, they don't take it serious. You see? So that's why I see why the Lord about to send a great destruction that have never happened to the world before. You know. But if you ain't got nothing else, Aquan, we can hop into it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, Con. Just let me know whenever you got some. So this is the first one. We'll start with this. Now again, it's not nothing dealing with what we'll think of a major topic as far as leading to the MOTB or like a Fed noun topic in World War III, so on and so forth. But again, all these things are right along the lines of what prophecy say, that Esau, the so-called white man, in the latter days, he will come with a lot of miracles, signs, and different things to show that he got power in the earth. He would give these different products, these inventions in the last days, as if he did have power, because no nation have done this before. No nation have been able to give. Well, I don't really know as far as how far these nations went, because we can't get it twisted. These ancient civilizations back then was had some wisdom. They done things, but as far as to the lengths this current world took it, as far as the technology, man. So when people see these things, you can FaceTime a person on the phone across the world on your phone. You see, those things are possible. And now he made it, even took it to another level to where in your day-to-day life, you can pull up your phone in your vision, in your sight, man. But these things are going to get, and it's only the beginning of his miracles, his signs and his wonders. And we've seen these things on examples like movies, the series on Netflix called Black Mirror. You put the headset on and you become in the game, in the movie. Hey, the movie Ready Player One, that's in the title for the lesson, Ready Player One. And what happened on Ready Player One? Let's type it in. Let's type that in real quick. Which is a good movie, Ready Player One. But you had these people, these friends who had this headset. When you put the headset on, it was inside the game. But the thing is, when they was inside this game, look, the headset looked just like the Apple one. Look, this the headset on the movie, right? This the Apple one. This the Apple one, real life. Look just like it. But what's the catch in here? Because on the outside, world outside of this headset, what kind of world was it? It was the kind of world that we coming into. Is the point. A dystopian society. When everything is broken down, man. It ain't the regular functions. So we seen when society was broken down, people had enough. It was riots, uproars, struggling, shit, lockdowns, because people was in the house, lockdowns. What did they how did they appease the people wrath? By giving them headsets, giving them this technology, sitting them in the house, a digital stimulus check, a headset to keep them occupied, man. So we see, look, that's the same along the lines of the same thing we seeing. Because look, we spoke about this headset what about a year ago, and now we seeing, look, lockdowns may be coming again, and now will come out. But matter of fact, let me get this. You got it, Zaquan. You got it.
Shit. Klaus Schwab, his right hand man. Can't think of his name right now.
Yuval Noah Harari.
Harari. Yeah, you remember what he said? He said now the problem will be what do we do with the people? And he was talking about we'll give them drugs and video games. So that's pretty much what they giving them.
I'll read this real quick. There's Matthew chapter 24 and verse 24. The Yahushua says, "For there shall arise false Mashiach and false prophets." And just because it says Mashiach and false prophets don't mean somebody actually got to come as if they Yahushua. There's just somebody who come in a savior-like manner, who seem as if they got the answers. They got the way. And again, that's characteristics of who? Esau, the so-called white man. He'll create a situation and he come with the solution as if he got the way. So how much more in these times when things get harder? So it says, "For there shall arise false Mashiach and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." And a lot of things we about to witness in the latter days will get a lot of people to buy in to the program. That's the best way I can say it, to buy in. It's going to look good. It's going to sound good. But that's how you gonna get you to buy in. And again, it's gonna be gradual to the point. Look, he dropping on you headsets right now. He dropping on you headsets. Then look, the next version, the next generation of it, G2 version, it might be a little thinner, so it look a little better. You can rock it, you can swag it out a little better. You see? And then he might come a little things here and there to get you caught up in that. Then at the same time, he might push the financial part on you. Then it might be an event to where, look, shit may happen. Who knows? But as you see on Ready Player One, for example, like to the left, that's the society it was. And look, they was living in a whole new world. Look on this one. This is society is in. It's broken down, but they were satisfied because they was on the game. Playing 2K. Well, they weren't playing, I'm being funny, but playing 2K in 3D. They were satisfied. How much more now in these times? You see? So again, we about to see a lot of miracles. I'll get a little bit in this article and we can move on to the next segment. So this from shtfplan.com. This was put out February 6th, 2 days ago. It says, "Society one step closer to dystopia." Now, what does dystopia mean? I'll look it up. It says dystopia, just a quick Google definition. It says an imagined state or society in which there is great suffering or injustice, typically one that is totalitarian or post-apocalyptic. And in other words, a dystopian society is the setting to Jacob's trouble. That's what it is. That's the background. That's the setting to Jacob's trouble. So it says society one step closer to dystopia. Vision Pro early adopters spotted in the wild. So you got these new goggles that's on the market. It says Apple's nearly 4,000 mixed reality headset, Apple Vision Pro, hit store shelves on Friday, and early adopters have already been spotted in the wild. It says, what does Apple's Vision Pro do? It says Apple's Vision Pro is a spatial computer that blends digital content and apps into your physical space and lets you navigate using your eyes and hands and voice. Now they said they had it on The Simpsons. I don't know how accurate or how accurate or real. I don't know if somebody just heard and recreated it, but this is the times we're in because I scroll down. This real. The people got it on their faces. So whether it was on The Simpsons or not, it's real. You see, and it's funny because what was a fashion trend about a year or two ago with these rappers? Let me show you. Look, you saw. I think he'd be slick. Rappers with ski. Look, what was a fashion trend with these rappers like a year or two ago? Niggas wearing ski goggles. They was getting the people set to start wearing the shits on their head, man. The Apple Provisions, you know. So look, this, we had a guy driving. I'll show y'all. Y'all haven't seen. I'm sure y'all seen it, but I don't know if we got a video of it. How I look when you're using them. But pretty much what you see on your phone, that's your real space. That's your real life in your sight. And again, if this is just the beginning of Esau miracles, what you think the MOTB? How you think those things gonna look? Well, other than that, I just wanted to kind of mention it.
I don't think any of those videos from outside of the States.
Con, you got it.
No, I don't know, but I haven't seen or could tell from the videos, but I believe most of the videos that they're showing with people wearing them is from right here in the US, because people in other parts of the world, they don't have time for this shit. They protesting, standing up, fighting for their rights. All right. And this is just another way for the elite, these Edomite elite, to detach these Babylonians from reality. There's another form of bread and circus form, which is entertainment, which is distraction. All right. While we're under occupation. All right, we're under invasion and occupation. And you're gonna spend your money on some virtual reality bullshit. All right. Instead of, how about using that to get you some storable food? I ain't talking to the brothers, but to this, the people out here with these glasses. I'm sure you could find better things to spend your money on about this time. But I guarantee you, majority of them people with these glasses, they not up on what's going on in the world. But yeah, Babylon is ripe for the picking.
Hey, I got something for you, Zaquan. I'll read it. You could speak on it if you want. Real quick, just to back up what you were saying. This First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say,
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape."
Yeah, so the Lord is coming back unbeknownst to the masses of the world. Only ones that's going to know are the believers, the true worshipers, according to the book of St. John, chapter 4, beginning at 22, when it speaks about the Lord seeking such to worship him. And it's speaking about those who worship the Lord in spirit and truth. See, we're not gonna get caught off guard or caught by surprise. But this world, all right, they caught up in all of this vanity, all right, this folly as mentioned in the scripture. And so it's them who's gonna get caught, who the Lord is gonna come back like a thief in the night. All right, because the hopeful elect, they're on their tower. They're on their watch, like Habakkuk. All right. But yeah, I go ahead. You had anything else?
Oh, I got one real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But like you were saying, how the Lord, he's seeking those who want to worship him, in other words. But again, as it said, Esau in all opposition in Second Thessalonians, which I ain't gonna get that part. But in Second Thessalonians, the second chapter, it says that Esau is in all opposition against everything the Most High do. So just like the Most High is seeking those to worship him, Esau, he won't those exact ones the Most High got to worship him. He won't try to get those to convert and worship him. And he want to get the world to come over and worship him as well. And this how he gonna do it, by way of these miracles, man. He gonna create a false reality of hard times, hard times, and then he gonna have this solution already ready. And that's what's gonna even have the people follow his lead even more. But let me grab this real quick. This Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8, it says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed, Esau, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose working is after the coming of Satan." So as this man is ruling, this is what the Lord have given him. It says, with all power and signs and lying wonders. So you to have a virtual reality for this to finally come true. What we seen on, with the Jetsons and, certain TV shows, movies, how they just pull up computer screens without actually having the actual hard top. Well, look, now these things are actually here. But it's what's going to get the people caught up. Like it's like John in Revelation 17 with the woman. She looked good, but it wasn't good. But it says, with all who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. So all these things this man will come with, it says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. So who gonna get caught up in it? Like Yoda Tazapah said, those who not watching, those who not paying attention. They're gonna be deceived by these false wonders and false miracles and new technology. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, the Most High shall give them strong delusion, that they might all be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And we about to see a lot of our people, and not just this headset shit, but a lot of our people about to have pleasure in unrighteousness in the coming days, as far as this science and technology go. You see? Esau gonna show some far out things with this stuff, man. In order for to have the people believing in it, is in the scriptures. So we'll see, we'll see. But if you ain't got nothing, Zaquan, we'll move
Yeah, I'll
on to
bring
this
out
next
real
one.
quick. I got Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. It says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. All right, now this whole world is completely engulfed in folly. But none more so than right here in America, this virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay. This place puts folly, at top priority. You see, priority, folly takes precedence over everything here in America. All right. Niggas out here chasing the bag, they want to get the bag just so they can be in folly.
Mm-hmm.
They're not talking about, doing anything meaningful with their life or with their money, or they'll follow the same cookie cutter program that's set up that the rest of these niggas do. Oh, I get a cognac, or I get a club, I'm gonna do me a TV show or something, do a movie, same shit these other niggas do. But they're not making no real major moves. That's why these Edomites give them that money in the first place. Because they know the nigga's heart is full of folly. Because they don't have purpose. When you don't have purpose, you can't do nothing but be in folly. And then they say you do got purpose, you got a drive, but it ain't toward this truth, it's folly anyway. Oh, you working hard, you want to be the top surgeon for what? We don't need surgeons in the kingdom. This shit is done. You want to be a lawyer for what? All this shit is folly. If your purpose ain't to preach this gospel and to try to get delivered, then it's all folly. All right? You don't have to be out there with orange hair, with half of your body showing, talking about ski.
Yeah.
No, it's folly come in all forms, shapes, and sizes. You know, in this whole world, it's been baptized in the folly of the devil, Esau, Edom. And brother, about to get into some more of it. So go ahead, whatever you had, brother.
Kind of. So we'll move on. You know, as we see, you know, a lot of portion of the world is caught up in this folly. Well, there's a lot of serious things going on behind the scenes for those who can see. You know, because at the same time, you got these people caught up. Which that article came out on the 6th about the headset. And on the 7th, the next day, this one came out how you had the UN chief said the world is entering into an age of chaos. Look up that word chaos. It says complete disaster and confusion. That sounds like Jacob's trouble. That sounds like the year that the apostle said it was going to be. You know, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble.
That's
So,
right. We got to keep pushing that. We got to keep pushing the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. All right, because we are the former of all things. All right. We get on one accord, shit happens. All right. That's why the scripture says, give him no rest. All right. Till he established the kingdom, loosely paraphrasing. All right. So, yeah, we got to keep pushing that. This is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. But go ahead,
yep. Zaquana Yahweh Shai said it in Matthew 24. He said, when this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's right.
as we speak in these things, what it's gonna come to pass? It's gonna bring forth the end of them. You know.
That's right.
So yeah, man, it's looking real good right now for this year, and it is again. Even see these people caught up in folly. That's according to the scriptures. As they think
Exactly.
of this peace and safety, it's chill moment. Oh, we good. We got the headsets. Oh, if it is a lockdown, I got the headset now, so I'm good. If it is a lockdown, I gotta get the headset. You know, celebrities endorsing them now. You know how that go.
And what the
But guess
scripture
what?
say,
Peace and safety,
real,
you got to find.
real quick, you know, the scripture warns us. I'm gonna read this real quick and then bring it back to you. All right, I'm right here, Ephesians. All right, damn it. All right, here we go. Ephesians chapter 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 16. No, I'm sorry, 15. Ephesians 5 and 15, 14. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Mashiach shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. All right, so we're going into these evil days, but we were warned to be circumspect. Now, how could that possibly happen if we walking around with some Apple shit on our eyes? We can't be conscious to what's happening in the real world, so to speak, and we in a virtual world. It's impossible for you to be circumspect. So All of this technology, if you know, well, we know, but because we understand that we're locked in a battle, it's a spiritual battle, and you got to know your enemy or your adversary. In this case, for us, is Esau, Edom, and we know the enemy. He's not going to give you anything that's going to forward you or your cause or our cause as a nation. All right. Anything he's going to give you is going to benefit him. All right. He gave us these cell phones, but in essence, what are these cell phones? Tracking devices. And they got all your conversations, all of your shit, because we had talked before you started about the Carlson Tucker interview in Russia. And what did he say? Tucker himself, outside of the interview, this is him before the interview, he said, I was contacted by someone high up in the NSA, and they had my emails where I said I would like to go to Russia. And see, I don't know if people heard him say that or even picked up that he said that, but he said the NSA went and snooped or eavesdropped on his emails and knew that he wanted to go to Russia. So they watching and listening to all of us.
Matter of fact, that's in his what website is Aquan? So like you got it.
Okay, that was it. Go ahead, brother.
And now we'll get to it. We'll get to it. You can finish though.
No, just the point is he gives you stuff to forward his agenda. So it'd be wise to just leave his shit alone. You know, now we need the phones, but you don't need virtual reality. And this is why all of these big time, these major record artists, these recording artists, been selling their catalogs, all right, for these millions of dollars, so that Esau can own their likeness. For what? They own it in the real world. That they got the contracts and all of the shit, the rights and publishing for most of these artists, but they need to own it in virtual reality, in cyber world. But go ahead with what you had, brother.
Come. Yeah, now so we'll hit this article right here, and then yeah, we had that Tucker Carlson information with his interview with Putin, you know, which America is in arms about that, up in arms about that, you know, but we'll get to it about misinformation because there's some things that Putin might say in his interview that the American government don't want the people to hear, you know. But
And when I first saw that, I sent it to the brothers in the head chat. I said, this is interesting because Tucker could single-handedly bring about this famine of the word.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yep. We might have to change the title, put Putin Tucker and the famine of the word in there.
It could.
But
That's just me how I'm reading it.
that's what it sounds like. That's what it
Con.
sounds like. You know, but let's get into it a little bit. So it says, this from RT News, it's from February 7th. It says the world is entering an age of chaos from the UN chief. So this is one of the big dogs saying this, not a little one. You know, one of the men who know what's going on. So it says the international governmental organization is more divided at present than it was during the Cold War, its leader has said. And then what Yahushua said, when kingdoms, when people are divided against each other, it can't stand, man. It says the UN Nation Security General Antonio Guterres said on Wednesday that the world is moving towards an age of chaos as a divided Security Council struggles to adapt to critical geopolitical issues and ongoing global crisis. So look, that's like the Lord said in I think it's Job how they light will be darkened in their tabernacles, in their councils. In other
Mhm.
words, the law is going to take their wisdom away. They
Yeah.
can't get on the same page. They can't make decisions, right? Yeah,
Yep.
one got a dumb decision. You got it.
No, no, I'm just agreeing. I agree.
Oh, come. But that's what's going on. They divided. They can't get on the same page, man. Right? It says it struggles to adapt to critical geopolitical issues and ongoing global crisis. In his annual address, presenting his and priorities for 2024 to the Security Council in New York, Gutierrez said that the conflicts and wars across the globe are creating a dangerous and unpredictable reality for innocent civilians. And again, we coming into an unpredictable time. So what this man is saying is according to prophecy. Did not Yahushua say a time like never before that we coming into?
And the goddamn IDF, they just bombed a civilian safe haven. I think that's like Monday or Tuesday, and it was women and children. And that's the Israeli Defense Force. So, right, that's what they're talking about, the civilians. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be chaos, total chaos, man. When the Most High, Most High don't hold no punches. When he say Jacob's trouble, he mean that. Where is Jacob? And scattered to the four winds of the globe. So this is going to be everywhere, but it's really going to be hot and heavy here in the U.S. Yeah, what you got right there, brother?
Now, I was going to read a little bit more in this article, and I was going to get it. That second Esdras 5.
Yeah. I got that Job too, if you want it,
Oh,
whenever you want
yeah.
it.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah, because in Job chapter 18, beginning at verse 5, it says, Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down.
Mm.
All right. So, yeah, brother, you want to speak on it?
Come on. That's self-explanatory. You see? So, in the past, Esau, like Elder Yashar be saying, now he getting tacky. 9/11 was his last good his thing he decided on. You see?
He's sloppy.
He getting sloppy. Because again, what the scriptures also say in Edom, what's another judgment? Because remember, these people wasn't given wisdom as a form of a blessing, as a form of just something they inherited from the Lord. This was given in the last days to forward America and forward prophecy to become this great nation, man. So the Lord can give this base man this technology and a sword to come back, so his son could come back and take it all away. That's it.
And glorify and magnify the Most High's name. And Yahweh Shai going to get that glory too.
Yep, and then that's it.
Yep.
And then that's it. You see? So the point is, what's one of the curses, or what's in the curses for Esau to go through when he fall? The Lord was going to take that wisdom back from him. Again, it was given to him to do all this. Now that he did it, and now he's fallen, the Lord about to take it back. So when we see Esau making decisions and the things he about to do, he about to lose his mind. They can't agree and they ain't on the same page. Therefore, chaos is about to come to this world. Well, I'll get one real quick. Revelation 12. We've been bringing this house going for the past, 4 weeks, feel like? There's a
Yeah.
Revelation. Yep,
Con.
Revelation. Mhm. Yep, Revelation 12 and 12. It says, Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, and woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, Esau Edom, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So we about to see decisions made by these governments, mainly Esau Edom, Europe, certain NATO, members, America. about to make hasty decisions, with Israel, right? With what they doing over there in the Red Sea. They're gonna make hasty decisions on how they do shit with Russia. They even gonna make hasty decisions with their own allies. That's what's gonna get the allies to come against them, man. But
Mm-hmm.
again, what do not being on the same page lead to? Falling. So I continue on this article and we can move on. So this is what he said. We are heading into dangerous and unpredictable times. He said, creating a dangerous and unpredictable reality for innocent civilians. It says, for millions of people caught up in conflicts around the world, it says, life is a deadly, daily, and hungry hell. And that's true. Shit, every day is a fight for everybody, man. It says Gutierrez told the UN's General Assembly, this age of chaos, as he described it, has created a dangerous and unpredictable free-for-all at a time when the United Nations Security Council is deadlocked by geopolitical fissures. And fissures are, in other words, a separation, man. So he's saying that at this time when the governments are separated geopolitically, the United Nations, when they supposed to be together calling the shots, he's saying, look, we separated. This is the worst time for it to be chaos and a free-for-all and dangerous things happening in this time, man. But again, it is right along with prophecy. I'm going to get this real quick because what he said, that this is an age of chaos, that's also in prophecy. Now, this is 2nd Ezra 5. Now, the version I'm going to read is the New Revised Standard Version. And it says, signs of the end. Now, some of these things that we about to read, we see it happening. It says, verse 1, real quick. And the point I want to get is, he said chaos, though. But 2nd Ezra 5 and 1, New Revised Version, it says, now concerning the signs, behold, the days are coming when those who inhabit the earth shall be seized with great terror. And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Unrighteousness shall be increased beyond what yourself see, and beyond what you have heard of formerly. And the land that you now see ruling shall be a trackless waste, and people shall be desolate. So, like, I'm gonna read it again. And the land that you now see ruling shall be a trackless waste, and people shall see it desolate. Now, in our times, what is this? This America, this end time prophecy. That's what, like I said, the line of confusion, right, is going to be a trackless waste. And it says, verse 4, but if the Most High grants that you live, you shall see it thrown into confusion after the third period. Now it says, and the sun shall suddenly begin to shine at night, and the moon during the day. And we see that right now. The moon do shine during the day. It says, and blood shall drip from wood, and the stone shall utter his voice, and the people shall be troubled, and the sky shall be changed. But check it out, verse 8. It says, and there shall be chaos also in many places. So for him to say we entering into the age of chaos, this is a part of one of the signs how we know we at the end of the world. From him saying the world is entering into an age of chaos, the same year the Apostle Paul said this could be the year of the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. In 2nd Ezra 5, for signs of the end, it says 2nd Ezra 5 and 8, and there shall be chaos also in many places, and the fire shall be often sent out, and the wild animals shall roam beyond their haunts. And we had that example doing what CV, animals changing their places. It says, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. But the point I wanted is going to be chaos also in many places. So if this being put on the mainstream media, we can expect that we in that time. I don't know if it had anything else on it. It had a couple more things in here. I'll read it. It says, and we can move on. It says, after decades of nuclear disarmament, this is what else he said. He says states are now competing to make their nuclear arsenal faster, stealthier, and more accurate. The weapons are being developed without guardrails, he added, creating new ways to kill each other and for humanity to annihilate itself. Now, what that should remind us of Joel, the 3rd chapter. Because Joel said in a time of the end, the nations, this was they was going to be focused on. Countries are going to be focused on building up their, well, he ain't specifically say nuclear arsenal, but he said turning their plowshares into swords, man. What's the swords? The modern day missiles. And that's what we seeing right now. And that's one of the main prophecies that's left, World War III. And it says after decades of nuclear disarmament, so after people kind of put it, stepped away from it a bit, it says states are now competing to make their nuclear arsenal faster, stealthier, and more accurate. And the weapons are being developed without guardrails, without limits. It says creating new ways to kill each other and for humanity to annihilate himself. So he says today's dysfunction is deeper and more dangerous. So these are the times we in. Can't even say coming in. These are the times we in. Unpredictable times. And again, that sounds like what the Lord said according to prophecy, a time like never before, Jacob's trouble. But you got something, Quan?
Yeah, just here in the U.S., the border alone. That's just one thing. That's chaotic. That's chaos. When you got masses of people coming over here, nobody, as far as the citizens, know who they are. Yeah, that's the perfect recipe for disaster. But yeah, go ahead, brother.
Khan and Shalom to Akim, to the Zaquanium, Akim out there, Yahweh Shem Shah Thumb. See the
I
Elder
will say,
Hawaii, Shalom. Got the Elder Yaquab out there in Baton Rouge. Shalom.
The elder up in North Carolina. My man. Hey, now that's significant, right? Y'all read Job 18 and 5, through 7? Yeah. Because that's significant because Isaiah 14 and 12 says, "How art thou fallen, O Lucifer?" Mm-hmm. Now, Lucifer is Latin for light bearer. Because he bared the light. But now the Most High has taken that light away from him. And he's in straits. He's finding himself in straits. The Most High said he was going to confound this man. All right? And he's just about at the point of no return. Well, I mean, It ain't no turning this back. But he's going to get himself dug in so deep. And it ain't going to be no, he's going to be that chase row, that sheep that no man taketh up. And that's Isaiah 13. But go ahead,
So we'll wind it down with this one. Like we said, this Thursday live, this should be a quick one. But we'll end it off with this, and this is what the Elder Taza Power was just speaking on, right? With the situation that we heard about Tucker Carlson being spotted in Moscow interviewing Putin, Vladimir Putin. You see? Now, although it seemed like as far as something simple, which even if it was simple, what the scripture says, be not ignorant of anything small and great. But it would just seem as if, that's a article to scroll over. Okay, Tucker Carlson in Russia interviewing Putin. But this could lead to something. This could actually be something, yes. Right? Or even if it ain't this is not the big event at all, but this can lead to a couple of things happening to push toward the prophecy of the famine of the word, or even more censorship. You got us, Zaquan?
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, we ain't saying as if when that this happened, the missiles gonna drop tomorrow or the MOTB gonna drop tomorrow. No, this one right here, this part of prophecy is pushing more towards shutting the prophets up. Because although they could feign it, I'm talking about these governments on why they want to have fact checkers, why they want to have misinformation police, disinformation police, why they want to have these things as far as to take away to motivate people to be terrorists for the health of so the people struggling with mental health. They want to take that away. People being bullied on the internet. So they say stuff like that. They say events like being anti-Semitic, hate speech. They push that out there for the people ears. They say this is why we want to have information police to make sure what y'all are hearing, it appease y'all feelings and it's right. But really, in reality, we got to understand Esau, when he do something, his true motive is behind what he really doing. And we have an example in the scripture in the book of Daniel. I think in Daniel, the 5th chapter is somewhere, Daniel 3 or 4 or 5, one of them. But it's in Daniel. Remember when those presidents in Babylon, when they felt a certain way about Daniel, when he was put over the head of the presidents, they tried to find a way. Because what I'm getting at, all this talk over disinformation, at the end of the day, it really want to lead to them taking the prophets off the scene, shutting the prophets up. And the example I'm bringing up is that, remember in the book of Daniel, that because they wanted to shut Daniel up, one prophet, they made a whole law for the whole province. One law for the whole province. Because they said, look, we can't catch Daniel up by the law of the land. Because look, in other words, he pays his taxes. He stopped at stop signs. He a good citizen. He opened the doors for old ladies. So we can't get him like that. But they said, what's one way we can catch Daniel up? He says, look, he ain't gonna go off by serving his Lord. So let's do something to get him to go off. So they said nobody could pray. For the whole province, 127, well, I don't remember, this was Babylon, not Persia and the Medes, but it was a big province. But this law was for everybody. The point is, they made a law that nobody could pray to a higher power. Nobody could do this. Nobody could do that. In other words, they censored them all because of Daniel. So we seeing a lot of censorship talk coming lately. It ain't just because they want to make sure YouTube is politically correct. It ain't just that because they want to make sure the youth not being poisoned. Look, the youth being poisoned every day by what these governments put out there, man. Mm-hmm. It ain't because they really care about mental health. No, they want to take the prophets off the scene. They just need excuses on, because they can't just come out there and say why they gonna do it. Because look, we don't like Great Millstone and Apostle Harlem. So they want to put this out there. So we seeing Tucker Carlson go out there. Yes, this could push more towards the portion of prophecy of misinformation, because what they saying, and we'll read it, we'll get into it, and I'll let the elder, do his thing, speak a little bit, because I know you want to speak on it. But what they saying, Tucker Carlson, what he's saying is that Putin never give his chance to speak to the West, to Americans, because it's propaganda against Russia and Putin. And he wanted, Tucker Carlson said he want to go out there to Russia so Putin could give his peace, so he can finally, the American people can finally get his side. And now America, they don't want Putin to give his side to Americans. They don't want the truth to come out. So now it's being talks about, look, the internet might get cut, this might happen, that might happen. So we'll see. We'll see. Salaka for being long-winded, but just kind of want to explain that, man. So look, when we see stuff like this, it ain't just small things. This could lead to bigger situations, But you got something, Zaquan, before we hop into this?
Go ahead, brother. Go right on ahead.
Let's get into it. So this is from Blacklisted News. So this is from February 4th. It says Tucker Carlson spotted in Moscow as neocons melt down over potential Putin interview. It says the Russian media outlet MASH reports that former Fox News host Tucker Carlson was seen at the Bolshoi Theater in Moscow in recent days on a social media platform X, and there's enormous interest in Carlson's trip and speculation about whether he plans to visit Vladimir Putin. So they got him spotted there. And this is what you was talking about, Taquan. I'll read it for you. It says the journalist previously talking about Tucker Carlson, which this the same man who approached the apostles before, the apostles of Great Millstone, when it was on 34th and 7th. So he know the truth too. The apostles told him. He know about the chariots. He know who Israel is. The apostles of Great Millstone told him. But it says the journalist previously relayed a story about trying to set up a Putin interview until a Washington, D.C. source briefed him about how the NSA spied on him. This is what he said. The NSA broke into my Signal account, which I didn't know they could do. And I got a call from somebody in Washington. And this person said, are you going to come to Washington anytime soon? Yeah, actually, I'm going to be up in a week. Meet me up Sunday morning. So I'm going to just fuck it. I'm going to just let him say it.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm going to let him say it. Yeah. Let him get him in it. Let's let Tucker speak his mind. If the shit come. I want to trip.
Uh-oh, censorship.
They don't want us to hear Tucker out, huh?
It might come up.
So the header says the U.S. government spied on Tucker Carlson to stop him from interviewing Putin. Let's see.
Signal.
Because they admitted it. I got a call from NSA broke into my Signal account, which I didn't know they could do.
How do you know the NSA broke into your Signal?
Because they admitted it. I got a call from somebody in Washington. This person said, are you going to come to Washington anytime soon? Yeah, actually, I'm going to be up in a week. Meet me Sunday morning. So I go, and this person's like, are you planning a trip to go see Putin? And I was like, how would you know that? I haven't told anybody. I mean, anybody, not my brother, not my wife, nobody. How would you know that? Because NSA pulled your text with this other person you were texting. How did you know? NSA broken.
Right. So I'll continue on. So it goes on to say.
So I stand corrected. So I thought it was an email account, but it was what was that?
He said he texted him. They texted him.
They texted him. But he say they broke into what?
Oh, his Signal account. I ain't too sure what that is.
Me neither. Okay.
So it says it's a couple of things that was said. Perhaps we need a total complete shutdown of Tucker Carlson re-entering the United States until our country representatives can figure out what's going on. It says Tucker Carlson hasn't even chatted with Putin yet, and the first fights have already broken on the internet. It says Tucker Carlson interview with Putin and the media has the media in panic mode. Now I'm gonna get this because this is something that he actually said, Tucker Carlson. And hold on, matter of fact.
Yeah, I tell you something else was deep. Because he said if something to the effect, I can't get his exact words, but he was saying if we're implicated in the war, the people should know. Well, I thought we wasn't at war with Ukraine or in Ukraine with Russia. So this is letting the whole world know, and this is why they don't want this interview to come out, is because America has been over a certain, U.S. troops have been in Ukraine, fighting for that lost cause, which they lied. And this is what they want to be able to do without impunity or with impunity, is to be able to lie or propagandize the U.S. populace and not be challenged. They want to put a narrative out there and let that be that. And what did the scripture tell us? You got to hear both sides. So it's taking away your ability to make an informed, critical decision because they just bombarding you with their narrative. You understand? And so you can't come to a complete or educated decision. But see, we dig, we search and we research to, come up with a somewhat plausible explanation or understanding. But go ahead,
So, it's been said, like the elder just said, America is losing the narrative. Now you got Tucker Carlson, which one is one of the biggest, especially for that red, that MAGA, conservative side of things, that real Edomite spirit in America. He one of the biggest faces for these people in America, man, as far as a reporter goes. So now you're going over there to get Esau as far as Putin, his side of things, and tell the truth. Look, that's going to make these American citizens hate the government even more, man. And remember, Texas is already splitting, the Florida talking about it. These things could push a civil war. But again, the point of these things, this can push the misinformation narrative with this truth coming out. Remember, they already got the saying of fake news. Now let's move on. So it says, now this is just quick little, little fucking on X. It says how the U.S. deep state and Biden administration in panic mode because Putin, the most censored man in the West, will expose their propaganda and lies. Now this is something what Tucker Carlson said, and it's why it's a point we want to make, because we got to remember the World Economic Forum on January 13th. As we see right here, what was the top 3 things they was focused on facing or tackling in 2024? The first one, we'll get what it was or what it is. We'll get it. And we'll see why this is important, because they can use something like this. So this just came out today. Before we started the lesson, it says from RT News, Tucker Carlson reveals when Putin interview will be aired. It says the conversation with the Russian president will be shown at 6 p.m. EST on Thursday. Is it today? It might be on right now. It says yeah, shit. Damn, I want to pull it up. Shit, we might get some, might follow us some good stuff.
Some live breaking news.
Yeah, let's see if we get some live updates. It's hot on the presses. In order for them to have a breaking news link, okay, it say you can watch it here. And look, I'm gonna throw this in the chat for y'all.
You've said clearly that NATO
live right now. I'm gonna throw this in the chat for y'all.
Expansion eastward is a violation of the promise you all were made in 1990. It's a threat to your country. Right before you sent troops into Ukraine, the Vice President of the United States went to the Munich Security Conference and encouraged the President of Ukraine to join NATO.
Let's just kind of watch it a little bit, see what it said. But look, I threw it in the chat. And we almost done with this, so y'all check it out. See what he got to say. See what they talking about. Because it's some good stuff. It may be some, may not, but let's stay in the loop.
Do you think that was an effort to provoke you into military action?
Мы просто, я еще раз повторяю, мы многократно предлагали.
I repeat once again, we have repeatedly proposed.
So yeah, you can kind of watch it because I got a translator. So bros watching on their time. On their time. But Tucker Carlson, and again, he playing both sides too. We know how Esau do it. But the point is, it sounds like he all for getting everything Putin want to say and letting the Americans know, man. And America don't want that to happen. Don't want that to happen. Now, remember, one thing, or one of the things, the main things this could lead to is a battle against misinformation, because they could say Putin lying. Or if you agree with Putin, just like if you agree with Russia with the Ukraine conflict, or if you agree with Gaza and Hamas with the Israel conflict. This may come out if you agree with Putin, who knows? But it says these are the 3 biggest emerging risks the world is facing. Now, this is from the World Economic Forum website, January 13th. Let's see what the first one is. What's the first one? Misinformation and disinformation is the most severe short-term risk the world faces. And when they say short-term risk, meaning what? We got to do this now. Because look right here. This is the little graph they gave. Now you got a 10-year plan and a 2-year plan. The 10-year plan is things, far out we're going to get taken care of. But this is now. What's the first one for now? Misinformation and disinformation, man.
That's right.
You see? So again, these things could lead to the famine of the world. We got to remember that's coming as well. And I mind you, and shout out to the brother Bakwar Moth, but I seen this one. This hot off the presses as well. Just came out on the 5th of this month. It says the Houthis. This is from theguardian.com. But it says the Houthis may sabotage Western internet cables in the Red Sea. Yemen Telecom confirms. You see? Or it says firm warns. So it says, look, Houthis already over there messing with everything. What it says now, they're talking about messing with the internet cables in the West. So who knows what that can lead to? That can cut off this Putin interview, right? When everybody start talking about it, who knows? You know, let me matter of fact, I don't know if you got something, Quan, but I get one more since we was in that second Esdras 5, because this is another part of it. At the same time, the dude said there's gonna be chaos everywhere. This is another thing that's gonna take place. So it all match up. And remember, second Esdras 5, this is signs of the end. The second Esdras 5 and 8 in the New Revised Version, it says, there shall be also chaos in many places. That's what we talked about today. The UN chief says we entered into the age of chaos. So that's one sign. It says there shall be chaos also in many places, and fire shall be often broken out. The animals shall roam beyond their haunts, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. It says, and salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall conquer one another. And then, so once all hell breaking loose and times getting hard, when that chaos comes, it says, and then shall reason hide itself, and wisdom shall withdraw itself into its chamber. At this time, when time get hard, the Lord gonna take away truth out the earth, man. He gonna take away his prophets. Now, it may happen, well, Esau, you know, with his internet regulations and misinformation, but remember, it's still pointing to the prophecy of the famine of the word. Misinformation might just be the modern way of saying the famine of the word. You got us, Zaquan.
Amos chapter 8, verse 11, behold, the days come, said the Lord, power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Yep. So a famine of hearing the words of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai is coming. So meaning you won't have access. All right. And then the brother read, I got to, you know, kind of highlight that mistress women shall bring forth monsters, meaning these little niggas coming in fully demon possessed. They even tell you, you know, they on demon time. These niggas coming with demons on them, coming into the world like that. That's what the scripture just told you. So when things turn up, yeah, they gonna turn up.
That's right.
You see how the chaos, brother talking about chaos, the chaos, these little niggas out here, you know, creating, these little gremlins. Yeah, these niggas, Big Shirley and the rest of these N-dubs, they bringing forth gremlins. To only add fuel to the fire, but go ahead, brother. That famine of hearing the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is right around the corner. But that was the point.
Come, yeah, pa. And I mind you, the Quan, that second Esdras 5, it says, look, truth is gonna be taken away when this chaos comes.
Yep.
So all this look, all we waiting on is two main prophecies. Yes, we know Jacob's trouble, but this the thing. Jacob's trouble gonna be going on during the two main prophecies we're waiting on. So what's the two main ones? The first one, that's the MOTB to be implemented. And then World War III. Again, Jacob's trouble gonna be taking place during that, man. At the time all hell breaking loose and these things are taking place, guess what? The prophets ain't gonna be on the highways and hedges. Ain't nobody gonna be going live. You know, the Lord already said we have to be pilgrims in the earth. So again, the same time all hell break loose, chaos come, times get hard, truth gonna be taken away as well, man. You know, and it may be even before all that happened. While you the next lockdown come, you might not be able to just be on the internet like that. Something may happen. With this lockdown, remember what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, Zaquan, with this lockdown, they're talking about turning off the lights anyway this time. So you could be in a house without the internet, without that phone, without the headset. So it says second.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you got it.
No, you got it, bro.
Kind of real quick, second Esdras 5 and verse because we said verse 8, chaos in many places. Verse 9, it says, and then shall reason hide itself, decision making, and wisdom shall withdraw itself in its chamber, and it shall be sought of many. So many people are going to be looking for the truth, looking for answers in this time. It says, and
Right.
shall be sought of many, and it says, but shall not be found. Ain't no YouTube, you know? Ain't no,
And
what it was. You got it.
no, bro, you finish your point.
Nah, you know, they're going to be looking for the prophets. I know they used to be right here at this location. Hey, you know, the spirit had it to where we shook the spot on our location. They may go to the old spot looking for us. We ain't there no more. But they're going to be looking for truth, looking for answers. It says, and shall be sought of many and shall not be found. And unrighteousness and unrestraint shall increase on the earth. So because people ain't going to be able to find the answers, guess what? A lack of self-control and lawlessness going to increase. It says, and one country shall ask its neighbor, has righteousness or anyone who does right pass through you? And this shall answer, no. And at the same time shall people hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper, man. That's the times we're coming into. People ain't gonna be able to escape this judgment. It's gonna be happening everywhere to everybody, man. But you got it.
Yeah, bro, I was gonna say, you know, not only you gonna have these demons, these monsters running around here from Eve, but it said reason is gonna hide itself. So what does that mean? That means you're gonna have men out here running on pure emotion. If they can't reason, then how are they operating? They're gonna operate by emotion. We already see this. And it's heavy here out here in Texas because I got to mention road rage. People don't think that as they go into a rage, they don't think. They just know I got this gun here. This motherfucker cut me off. Bow, bow, bow. Then you caught a murder charge because you didn't stop to reason. Well, that's going to be multiplied coming in Jacob's trouble. You know, it's going to be dangerous out here. Perilous times are at hand. All right, because a man without reason is a dangerous man. You know, and that's why I ain't fuck with Jake in a long time because these niggas don't have reason. You know, so you can't reach them. You can't sit down and talk to them. Only thing you could do, you know, is lay these niggas down. So I gotta stay, me personally, I gotta stay away from them. But yeah, reason is what keeps a society in place, intact. Reason and logic. When that go out the window, that breeds chaos. So yeah, it's gonna get ugly out here. Yeah, that was it, brother.
Kanye, we can end it on that, but check this out. I was so this on Rumble with the Tucker Carlson and Vladimir Putin interview. Matter of fact, I'm gonna repost it just so y'all can have the link to the whole vid itself, not just the article. But I was looking at the comments, and again, you know, we were just reading how America don't want American citizens to see what Putin got to say, right? Well, just this interview just aired. What? Let's see how long they've been going. It's live right now. We caught it live. So I don't know how long they've been going, but it's 18,000 people watching. It's live right now. Now check it out. Look at the comments already. Americans feeling this. So we see why America don't want the citizens to hear it. So the first person said, so it's been going for an hour. It's been going for an hour. So we probably started at the same time. But it says, I'm an American and I fully respect Putin. He's right.
Hell yeah. Look at him. He cool, bro. That little piece you showed, he was cool as hell. Laid back. He
Like a solution.
Look at him. He ain't worried about shit. Now compare him to Joe Biden.
Right. Oh, that dude we showed last week was stressing.
Oh, yeah. Con, brother. Yeah. Con.
God, Salaki, I didn't mean to cut you off, Salaki.
No, I didn't say I was through. Huh? I was through.
God, I read a couple more of these comments. Then it says somebody says, "Thank you for airing this." Somebody said, "Good stuff, thanks." Another person says, "Thank you, Tucker and President Putin." Now, mind you, this Americans. Thank you, Tucker and President Putin. And the point is, the video is still airing people saying this. What you think gonna happen? Like when tomorrow we wake up and look, Kim Iverson get a hold of it and she see it. When Clayton Morris and Natalie Morris at Redacted get a hold of it and they break it down. You see, when certain brothers and prophets get a hold of it and start, breaking it down, getting into it, applying scriptures, more stuff on what Putin really said might even come out, which might trigger Americans to even hate this place even more. Come on, man. So one person says, "Thank you, Tucker and President Putin." And that's another thing. It was in the news last week. Now, I don't know if it was 100% real. I found it on 2 websites and I couldn't find it nowhere else. But it was saying how Russia, they on the side of Texas for defending their border against the government. Now you look it up. Like I said, I found 2 articles on it, and I seen one which I don't think this one real, but I heard it and I seen the article on it. But the site I seen the article on was kind of like fishy, for lack of better words. But it said how Russia want to supply guns to Texas to defend their border. Now I know that's far out, but like I said, I ain't see too much on that one. And the site I did, it was kind of fishy. But one thing I did say, how Russians they with Texas defending their border against the government. You got it.
If you know your history, they actually did that in the first Civil War. They sent ships over here. But that was a whole different Russia, though. But yeah, man, this thing can go somewhere now, bro. And not to say cause of the border shit, but just all of that, with this interview. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that soon. We close down because shit, the internet might be shut down tomorrow.
Wow.
Not saying it is, but this is gonna gain traction.
Hey, check this out, Zaquan. So I just looked some shit up just to kind of back up what I was saying. Now this article came out yesterday, right? On Wired, this on Wired.com. It says Russia is boosting calls for civil war over Texas border crisis. And what we were saying, it says an all encompassing Russian disinformation campaign. That's what we're just talking about. This article. That's what Tucker Carlson said. How everybody been blacklisting Putin in Russia. So it says an all-encompassing Russian disinformation campaign is using everything from bots to lifestyle influencers to powerful state-run media to sow division in the United States. So, in other words, what it's saying is that Russia is using certain things. They're going to use certain things to sow division in the United States. I thought that so y'all can check it out. But it says Russia going to use certain things. You got it.
No, you good.
Mm-hmm. So again, in this interview, and that was some quick I just looked up, but in this interview, Putin might say certain triggering things. But this is what I was saying, what I had the other day. This was from January 6, 2024, from Newsweek. It says Russians gleeful over U.S. border crisis. And they says Texas People Republic. And they all for Texas, and they rooting for the Texans to fight against the states. It says Texans or Texas, we are with you. Freedom for Texas. So that's some kind of things they, state leaders, they sounding off. So again, Russia is backing this division that's going on. So ain't no telling what Putin got to say, man, and what that's going to push America to do by this disinformation and misinformation campaign that they been heavily pushing. But that's pretty much it, Zaquan. That's all I pretty much had.
Oh yeah, con. Cause the Lord, The Lord himself said he was coming to bring division. Salakia, you know. So this is all coming from the top. All right. So it ain't no stopping this. This about to go down. All right. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34 says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. All right. Well, that's all the Civil War is, in-house fighting, you know. And Lord's talking about actual, families, but then that's going to lead to tribes and nations and kindreds. It's going to be just war on every level, all right? It's going to be war on every level. It's just going to be all out. It's going to be a Royal Rumble, a brawl for it all. And guess who's going to emerge victorious? Those in Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah. They already got the victory. So you take us on home, brother.
So that's pretty much it for tonight. And, we started with we saying we ain't have much tonight, but we've been going for a little minute, But hey, look, every little thing matter. Every little thing we see matter, man, because they say wars and rumors of wars, right? Just because it's a rumor of war, don't mean it's insignificant, because that rumor of war, that small situation go lead to the actual war, to the big situation, man. I heard the Apostle Hall say the other day, big situations start small. Start small, man. So, hey, pay attention to what's going on, so we could be in a loop. So when sudden destruction do come and the lights do go off, we don't have to be scrambling like these people go be scrambling to look for the answers, because we was already searching and seeking before the lights went off, man. So with that, we'll end it, Lord willing. This lesson was edifying again. The water for tuning in, to the Zaquanium, who tuned in to the Akim, Akwath, the water Akim for the precepts as well. Lord willing, we, follow up, again Thursday. And hopefully between now and then, a lot happened, But hey, keep fighting, keep pushing. We're almost out of here. With that, we want to give all praises once again unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders a great millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing his word with our truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. And keep fighting, keep pushing. And once again, we almost out of here. And with that, shalom.
Shalom.